If you've ever wanted to make your handmade soap more beautiful, more natural, and more connected to your garden, then herbs and flowers are the perfect place to start. Today, I am going to share some information about using dried herbs and flowers in soap recipes, and they can create some beautiful soap with natural color, natural decoration, and even some skin benefits. Now, the tips that I'm going to be sharing are mainly for the cold process soap making method, which is the traditional way of making soap using oils, water, and lye. And by the end of this video, you'll understand how to safely and effectively use plants in your soap recipes, even if you're a complete beginner. I'm Tanya from Lovely Greens, and I share natural soap recipes that you can make at home. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, so like the video, and then subscribe so that you'll see future videos when they come out. One of the things I love most about botanical soap making is how closely it can connect you to nature, especially if you grow your own. At Lovely Greens, many of the herbs that I use, lavender, calendula, madder, and peppermint, are grown right here in my garden. These plants aren't just pretty, they can add natural color to your soap recipes, visual interest and texture, and even some gentle skin benefits. And in some cases, when you use them as soap toppers, they can also retain a little bit of scent. For example, calendula petals are known for being soothing and can also give your soap a beautiful yellow color. The petals also keep their sunny color when you mix them into the soap batter or use them as soap toppers. So instead of using synthetic ingredients and additives, we are using ingredients straight from the earth. And if you are into gardening like I am, you could even use homegrown plants and flowers and herbs in your soap recipes as well. So not only is it incredibly natural and creative, using botanicals in soap making is beautiful. It is a wonderful, wonderful artisan craft. There are three main ways to use herbs and flowers in soap recipes: by using infused oils, adding botanicals directly to the soap batter, and as soap topper decorations. Using infused oil is my favorite method, and it is perfect for completely changing the color of your soap. To make it, you take dried plant material and infuse it into a liquid oil, usually olive oil. Give it a few weeks and the oil extracts stunning color from the plant. It also sometimes pulls skin beneficial compounds from the plant into the oil. Some fantastic examples include calendula infused oil to make yellow soap, alkanet infused oil to create an earthy purple soap, and madder infused oil to create beautiful pink soap. Once you make and strain them, you can use infused oils as part or all of your soap recipe. This method gives you smooth color, no scratchy texture, and a more professional finish. You can also mix dried botanicals directly into the soap batter, and some are better than others, and my favorites include dried calendula flower petals because they retain their color in soap recipes, that gorgeous yellow to orange. Poppy seeds, they can be a little bit too exfoliating for some people, but they do make a really good hand soap, and they create little speckles right throughout your bars. And then for a little bit more of a gentle exfoliation, I love rolled oats, and you can mix them right into the batter, or you can use them as soap toppers, and they also add exfoliation. Using dried herbs and flowers in soap recipes can add light exfoliation, visual texture, and rustic, natural designs. But I have a word of caution when stirring dried botanicals into your soap recipes. Most of them, like rose petals and lavender buds, will turn brown and look icky. I mean, lavender buds, when they're brown, they look a little bit like mouse droppings, so let's not go there. So they can look gross. And also, if there's a lot of them in your soap, or there's large pieces in your soap, they can get wet and icky once you start using the soap. It's just not a great experience, and they can clog your drains and all sorts. So when using dried plant material in soap, it's best to use small amounts and small pieces, to choose botanicals that hold color well, or you could consider combining dried botanicals with oil infusions for best results. Using dried botanicals as soap toppers is where things get really beautiful, and it is so easy. So if you are a complete beginner, this is the technique that I recommend that you begin with. You can sprinkle dried petals or herbs on top of your soap just before it sets. Then when the soap batter hardens, they'll be stuck in as lovely floral decorations. They can even keep their smell for a while. Lavender buds, rose petals, calendula flowers, these are all really popular botanicals for soap toppers, but the list is extensive. There's, of course, oatmeal and poppy seeds, dried peppermint, dried rosemary, cornflowers, raspberry seeds. I mean, the list goes on and on. Just keep in mind that these decorations may fade over time or turn slightly brown, and they should be used lightly to avoid mess in the shower and bath. Also, make sure that the plant material is completely dry. When working with botanicals and cold process soap making, you'll typically prepare your infused oils ahead of time, usually a month with cold infusions. And then you make your soap as usual with infused oil or not, and then you can add botanicals either in the soap batter or sprinkled on the top as toppers. And if you are just starting out, I really recommend that you begin with tried and tested professional soap recipes, whether they be from a trusted soap maker online or from a book, because there are so many things that can go wrong with making those first batches of soap. And if you're trying to formulate knowing nothing about fatty acid profiles and how much lye to use, there's just so many things that could go wrong. So tried and tested to begin with. And there are plenty of recipes out there that you can use. I have loads on my website, lovelygreens.com. There are some really great soap making books, and I will leave you some links down in the video text description so you can head over and have a look at those. There's also tons of videos on Lovely Greens that you can use. And let's go through some of the botanical soap recipes that I think that you could try out first. Some simple yet beautiful botanical soap recipes include calendula soap with calendula infused oil and flower petals as decoration. You could also make lavender soap that's naturally purple from alkanet roots. It also uses lavender essential oil and lavender flowers for decoration. My herb garden soap recipe has a pencil line made with finely ground mint leaves and botanicals as soap toppers. Another thing that you really need to keep in mind is that when you are adding botanicals to your soap recipes, no matter what technique you use, make sure that the plants are safe and will behave in the way that you expect. So that means two things. First of all, you don't want to use plants that are going to cause allergic reactions, that are poisonous, that in some way or another are going to hurt the end user, be that you, your family, or someone else. The other thing is that there's a lot of plants out there that will not behave properly in soap recipes. For example, beetroot. A lot of people, when they start naturally coloring soap, they think, oh, I'll use beetroot or hibiscus flowers to create a beautiful red color. What they will do is turn your soap brown. So whatever botanicals that you choose to use in your soap recipes, first of all, make sure that they're safe for skin and safe for health. Make sure that they're going to behave properly in your soap recipes. And if you're not sure, drop me a comment down below and I will let you know what I know about how they're going to behave, because it is a horrible experience investing money in ingredients for the entire recipe to fail. I don't want that to happen to you. Also, of course, there are some exceptions, but use dried herbs and flowers in soap recipes and you won't go wrong. And also make sure that whatever you're using is free of anything that is going to harm health, that, for example, is sprayed on like a chemical. For example, a lot of the flowers and plants that you find in supermarkets and garden centers, they have pesticide residue on them from being grown. And you want to avoid that in skincare and in soap recipes. So use organic if possible. Homegrown is perfect because you know exactly what's on the plants, or just source from a trusted herbal supply shop. Using herbs and flowers, botanicals in soap making is incredibly rewarding. It's also creative and exciting, and it creates connection. If you have a lavender soap with lavender essential oil, you could use lavender buds to decorate it with, so it creates that visual interest, but also that reference to where it came from. And even better if the lavender has come from your garden, and that's the case with many plants. I just love botanical soap making. And if you've got any questions about it, leave me a comment down below. I have tons of recipes to share with you. So definitely head over and check out my website, lovelygreens.com, and the many other videos that are here on the channel, and my other channel, Lovely Greens, as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And also leave me a comment down below and let me know what are your favorite botanicals, or maybe some that you're thinking about using and you're not sure about. And I would love to see those. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.